Yo, good morning, gang. 5:45. Got done some reading, some scripture, meditation, push-ups, water, the whole morning shabam. About to go hit the gym, hit some legs. I want to walk you guys through my rationale and why I personally hit Zerchers. Absolutely amazing movement. I used to be a back squat connoisseur. I literally did like squat every day for a period of time, but I fell in love with Zerchers just because of like the functional aspect to it. And we'll touch more on that in a bit here, but I'm gonna get ready to head over. It's fucking cold as shit out here. In terms of the functional aspect, I just had to get in my car. It's like too cold out there. Think about any time in life where you're picking up a heavy object. It's typically front loaded with those underhooks, picking it up from there. People will say, like, oh, functional lifts don't exist. Just load to max capacity with back squat and deadlifts. And like, that's true to a degree. But how often in real life are you able to get a weight cleanly on your back and wear your belt and your knee sleeves? Or how often in real life is an awkward load mid shin height for you to cleanly deadlift? Not very often. So what Zerchers do a great job of doing is, along with training that functional aspect, they also allow you, it's like front squat-esque, but you don't need the shoulder mobility. I think it requires even more bracing than a front squat. And you're also getting this crazy isometric load on your biceps. So I'm gonna head over to the gym now, bring you guys through some clips, some variations of the Zercher that I enjoy doing. And yeah, let's get to it. There she is, all reliable. All right, we just pulled up to the gym. Good old P Fit. Gotta get in there, get a warm up, and get into some Zerchers, baby. See, for me personally, I really value these more functional lifts because my entire goal is like physical capability. I'm not here to compete at like a powerlifting meet. My background is, I was a college athlete. I've dealt with plenty of injuries, had surgery. So all I crave, all I desire is the ability to be capable, trust my body with anything, especially those compromising positions. And that's my main goal. But I'll see you guys in there for the warm up. All right, y'all. This is the first variation, just a traditional Zercher squat. Little pause at the bottom. This is where I recommend most of you guys start. Then you can get into more like the advanced single leg stuff. But you guys can see I have to stay constantly braced, and my biceps and upper back are doing a lot of the weight bearing. So it's like a full trunk engagement rather than, say, just your core. I mean, back squat is full trunk engagement. You're just not getting your arms and like your upper back engaged as much. So that's one of the benefits. I'm going to go ahead and hit a top set here, and then we'll get into more of the unilateral stuff after. All right, so here we're getting into some more unilateral work. This is definitely important for me, having dealt with injuries in the past. I had knee surgery, had a hamstring injury as well. So you want to make sure you're not only doing bilateral stuff. And this is a great opportunity to get some more glute engagement compared to the Zercher squat. And really just isolate each leg at a time while still bracing the entire trunk. So I really value being able to brace the entire trunk and still isolate each leg. This is great to get into right after you've done the Zercher squat. But yeah, let's get to it. That shit is hella taxing. You have to make sure you're breathing, but at the same time bracing, which requires holding your breath. So shit gets me gassed. This is the last Zercher variation we'll go over today. I'm staying more so at the anterior side. Normally I would do like some Zercher Jefferson curls or something of that nature, but my hamstring's feeling a bit tweaky, so I don't want to push it. But this last one is more about control, finesse, and if you see my other YouTube videos, it has more of that monk intention where you really need to be in touch and in tune with the movement. This is going to work on your rotational power because you're getting that like transverse plane, as well as opening up your hips, getting some hip mobility in there too. So this front foot that we're keeping anchored is staying straight. the front foot and the front knee are not changing paths. Open the back leg, then twist all the way at the bottom, turn in this front shoulder, twist back, and then come back up. You don't want to twist on your way back up because you're taking away from the rotation. You want to get all of it back here. So right now, this rear hip is loaded. I'm just working mobility, strength through this range of motion. You can flip sides. Whew. What better time to finish up at the gym? You can't even see it from this angle, but hopefully you guys got some value from that. I'd say all in all, Zerchers provide a great alternative to back squat, front squat that requires less shoulder mobility, arguably requires more bracing, and has a much greater functional transfer. And so for me, I've been hammering them out just because my ultimate goal with training is building the most capable body possible. And so I'll still mix in back squat, front squat. I just love the functional transfer that Zerchers have, as well as the core demand, because it's very unique to get such an upper body demand from a squat, requiring your upper back, biceps, and your entire trunk to brace. So definitely tap in. If you're just starting, I would start with just the regular Zercher squats, then move maybe some Bulgarians, and then get to the rotational stuff in a couple weeks or so. If you guys haven't, check out my Instagram. I'm always posting new training insights and just kind of documenting everything that I do on there. I'll put that in the description. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Peace, love, prosperity. Go conquer the day.